Hey, what's up, everybody? This is JoshCast, episode 5-something with Hedonist John. Long-time favorite of the show. You can leave the air on if you want. Whatever you want to do with your car.
I don't want to mess up your audio.
Oh, that's fine.
All right.
Well, listen, it's been a while since we've done a podcast. We were going to go live tonight, but I decided not to because, listen, I'm just going to do a podcast. We have we have a sketch idea we want to talk about. And then other nonsense. And that's going to be it. That's going to be the show. I'll just hold this microphone like a little penis. Right
there you
here.
go.
Yeah, so John, what's been going on, man?
Well, first I want to plug my podcast.
Go ahead.
It's called The Pew the Proud. It's on Marines Elite Airsoft YouTube channel. I run an airsoft channel, like airsoft team, and we officially launched our first podcast that I'm running. So it's called The Pew the Proud. We have one episode up, and I have 2 episodes already filmed that I'm editing right now.
Very cool. When I told John if you want to plug it, you can. But listen, you might get 1 or 2 followers. I mean,
that's fine. But
I hope so.
But the content is very different than like what I put up on my own channel or what Josh puts up. It's more like the last episode, I went on a whole tangent on. Did you ever see the movie Conspiracy?
What's the guy's name?
Stanley Tucci. You know that.
No. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I was thinking of the guy. The guy that got in trouble for the allegations. I must be thinking of something else. Go ahead.
Louis.
No,
Bill
not
Cosby.
No, he's not a
Harvey
comedian.
Weinstein.
He's not a comedian. Kevin Spacey.
Bill,
I was thinking of Kevin Spacey. The wrong thing, but go ahead.
Okay. No. So the basic idea is it's real documents they found from like SS meetings from World War II. You want me to hold that?
No, it's fine. I don't care if I did. It's only a cheap mic. Go ahead.
It's like actual meeting notes, like when they talk about how many Jews they can kill per hour. But I talked about this on like the Airsoft podcast. Like I went down a weird rabbit hole of that. I started talking about like Chris Kyle and Jesse Ventura. We talked about Ninja Turtles, but it gets really weird, and then I have to like cut it out.
Now,
because it's like it's really fucked up. It's like
I don't
wants to hear that.
I don't know how well you know these guys. I know you only know them from what you do.
No,
but how would you compare them to your sketch team? Are they more open-minded for the topics?
When you say they, you mean the Airsoft people?
Yes.
Yes.
So they're not because they walk around with guns pretending to kill people. They're not like, because I imagine if a guy's running around with a gun, even though
I have ones in the back.
Yeah, but I'm saying if a guy's running around, even though it's just a sport, I'm not putting it. We guys do it looks fun.
Yeah.
I'm not into it, but it looks like fun. It would be weird to have a guy to be PC and be like, hey, look, bro, I'm totally down to like run around with a gun and pretend to kill people, but you can like calm it down with like the whole pedophile thing. I mean, I get it. If the guy has kids, I guess maybe, but I'm saying that I imagine that they're different than the sketch people.
They're different than the sketch people. Mainly because they don't have as much to lose on a professional matter. So basically, for example, and I think I know where you're going with this question. Like the sketches that I've pitched that our team has shut down.
Yeah.
Is that kind of where you're going?
Well, yeah, because you offered me to be like a kind of like a writer. And I said,
we need writers.
And it's nice to be offered anything because I've been doing it. I think listen, I'm not gonna say I'm the best writer in comedy. I'm not. But you won't believe this, and other people don't believe this, but I've had comedians, doesn't happen a lot, but every season at Cabaret, where mostly new comics steal my bits. Now, they don't steal them directly, they might do the Mencia thing, where they're like, I take your idea and I kind of do my own twist. Okay.
So
whatever.
They take your N-word bit and make it into another word?
A guy actually did steal an N-word bit, hard to believe. I was telling you about this. So,
well, that's most of your bits.
No, it's not. See, it would be like everybody else. You're saying all you do is say. See, here's the thing. I actually came up with a bit with this. I'm glad you brought that up. The bit is people only want to remember the negative stuff from my act. They only go, you only say the N-word, the C-word, the rape jokes. Now, once again, I get that. That's what you take away from the set. But let's say every once in a while I'll do a pun, right? I'll do like a stupid, silly pun. It might give you a laugh. No one's going to remember me for that. No one's going to say, hey, weren't you that guy that did that toast pun or something? They're going to be like, oh, I remember you. Weren't you doing a bunch of rape jokes?
Well,
I get that stands out.
I gotta stop you. Do the toast pun because you can't just be out there and not say it.
I can't remember right now because I'm drunk.
Okay.
Okay. So for those of you who know, Hedonist John never gets drunk. He never admits he is. At least.
This isn't about me. This is about
no.
Just
you understand? I'm trying to set this up. I had my concoction tonight. I only had 2 ounces of vodka. That's only a shot. That's nothing. But then I had an 8% beer, and you guys know I get drunk very easily. And I'm not trying to say that makes anything, but I'm drunk right now.
Okay.
And I can't remember all my jokes right now. But I'm saying that, let's say...
somebody stole your joke.
Many jokes.
I want to make sure you're
many jokes. It happens more than you think. It doesn't happen a lot. I'm not going to say everybody steals from me. Most people don't steal from me. But recently, for those who don't know, I have a joke where, and this is getting away.
I know where this is going.
We're gonna get back to your
Now I know where
sketch
this is
thing.
going. Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna get back to your sketch thing, but I'm bringing us back to it. Okay, so I have a joke where I pretty much, and I can't say this here on YouTube, so we got a strike for hate speech, but where I say I was watching a porno and a white woman was on her knees getting a load from a black guy, and she says, "Give me that N-word cum." And the difference between me and most comics is most white comedians would say N-word. I say the actual word because I don't give a fuck.
What word?
If I say it, we're gonna hate. I have to edit it out. I want to say it.
Okay.
But you know what I mean. Let's not play smartass here because don't make me say it. So I say it over and over. I go, give me, and it's actually a funny bit because then I compare it to a story. I was dating a black girl, which is true. I told her about that joke. This comedian recently who was there that night, and the reason why I know is because I went to a Jersey open mic a few weeks ago, drove there by myself, not with Hedonist John, like a big boy, and
He got a car.
yeah, now that I get a car, I fixed it up and I drive it only once in a while though, not as much as I should. So, because listen, the check engine's like, listen, oh, that's a different story. Don't get me sidetracked, John. So the guy referenced me in the audience. I was sitting there. There was much more. He said, "Oh hey, I know you." While he's doing the bit, he goes, "You're known for saying the N-word." So number one, right there, he knows who I am. Even though this guy's never said hi to me. Number two, he added different stuff into the joke. He didn't just clearly steal it. Okay, once again, he didn't it. But my whole point is, I know in my heart, I inspired him. Did he steal it? No. But all I'm gonna say is, I inspired him to do that joke. Because he knows them when I did that joke in front of him. Number two, he referenced me. And then number three, I just know, okay? So even though people say, he didn't steal it, okay, fine, he didn't steal it. Whatever, mencied, sampled, whatever term you want to use. But he's not going to come up to be a real man and be like, hey, man, to be honest with you, that joke you did at Cabaret with the N-word cum, that's fucking funny, man. He's not going to acknowledge that. Fine. But it happens more than you think. So what I'm saying is, when you ask me, no one's ever asked me to write for anything. I'm going to say I'm a brilliant writer. I'm not a brilliant comedy writer. But I've had comedians steal my jokes before, right in front of me. It happens more than you think, because think about it. Most comics that come out to Cabaret are new. They're trying to find their voice. And one of the ways they find their voice is I'm going to sample from different people. And it happens, not a lot, but once in a while. I'm starting to sweat now. I'm fat.
I have a lot to say to what you're saying.
Okay, so go ahead. Now go ahead. Tell me I'm not a good comedy writer. Now, once again, Hedonist John, by the way, before you say anything, and I'm going to let you talk.
Why
I'm
am
going to shut
I here? Go ahead.
Listen.
He speaks for me.
No, you only, just to give clearance to people watching this, whether you're a comedian or not, only comes out to the open mics once in a while. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying he doesn't know anything about comedy. I know you read a book many years ago. I'm just going to say that you only come out once in a while, so know that when you see me, you only see me perform a couple times. You're not there every single week. That's all I want to say. Now, go ahead.
All I was going to say was your audio is going to sound like garbage. You should keep talking with your hand.
I'm drunk right now. I can't do all this stuff myself.
That's why I offered to hold it for you.
Go ahead,
hold it. Have a hard time editing.
Hold it, because you're the more sober one. I'm drunk.
Well,
we can take turns holding a little.
The mic is going like this while you're talking. It's going to be brutal for you to fucking edit.
I don't care. Just get to the point. What do you want to talk about?
That was it. But you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time editing.
What do you have to say about what I just said? About how once in a while a comedian does steal my joke.
I think that I was there at the Phoenixville when somebody came up to you and recognized you. So I think, number one, you are recognizable.
No, 3 comedians recognized. Only one comic didn't say hi to me.
You asked me a question.
No, that's it. I just want to clarify that for the little audience we have. Go ahead.
You are recognized. As far as stealing your jokes, I think that might be a possibility. Mm-hmm. I don't really know what you're asking me, but I've seen you be recognized, and I can see somebody taking one of your jokes. Yeah. And if that's the case, then that's fucked up.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that. So it's not stolen. Once again, it's like you remember when the whole Amy Schumer thing. And by the way, you want me to hold it now?
Speak. I'll hold it.
Oh, okay. When the whole Amy Schumer thing happened, she used a term called parallel thinking. For those of you know in the comedy audience, it's true that most things in stand-up have been done before. So I remember I was at a New York open mic, and I know it's hard to believe I went to New York. Yes, I did. Not a lot, a couple times. And I was going to do a joke about shitting myself on the train. And I shit you not. A comedian went on stage and did a joke about shitting himself on the train. And I'm like, how the fuck? And this person never seen before. So I'm like, I didn't steal it, but I'm like, what the fuck? You would think like, oh, I'm the only person here. So parallel thinking does happen. A lot of jokes in stand-up, it is possible to have the same idea, okay? But what I'm saying is, even if a person adds stuff to the joke, I know when my joke's being done. I can tell. And the fact that the guy looked at me and referenced me and said, hey, I know you. This guy never said hi to me before once and said, hey, I know you. I'm just saying that it does happen. So we're bringing this back because Hedonist John asked me to be a writer.
Well, okay, I'm going to pause for 1 second then. So what was your joke?
I just told it, the N-word cum joke.
Okay, what was his joke?
His joke was, he added more things onto it. So first he said, I don't know if this has been around before. You might have heard this. You know, the joke where, it might not be hack at this point. I stumped my toe. And when you stump your toe, you have to think of something really nasty to say. What's the most nastiest word you say? The N-word. So a couple kids would do that joke. So first he started the joke with that. So I'm listening to the joke. I'm like, okay. And then he starts the joke, I was dating this black girl, and he said the only way she can come was by me calling her the N-word, which you know is not true. Black women are very sensitive to that word. Even if they're nasty, even if they're like in the dirty talk, they don't like that word. Like did you hear the hate man phone call on Howard Stern? You might have heard it. Where
no.
He calls,
I feel like I've heard somebody else have that joke too.
Yeah, but he calls a black phone sex line, this guy hate man, he used to say the N-word. And we used to call Robin, the co-host, the N-word. And she goes, she's talking real nasty, and she wants her $4.99 a minute. And he's like, yeah, give me that. He says N-word pussy. He goes, give me that N-word pussy. And she's like, you want this N-word pussy? And Artie's cracking up laughing, Robin's cracking up laughing. Anyways, so he goes, the only way I can make her come is by saying the N-word. So then we're dating and stuff like that. And then he looks at me, and I'm not even reacting to the joke. He goes, oh, hey, I know you. I know you're like this bitch. You like the N-word. And in my head, I'm like, okay. And then it made clear to me at that point, okay, he knows who I am. He's heard this bit before. And even though he added the stump my toe thing to it, he added something about his dad at the end, he pretty much, used my idea to set up the joke. He just added stuff to it. So did he steal it? No. He put his own twist on it. But I know I inspired his idea. So the only reason why I'm bringing this
I think we got to get him on to fully... Like, I hear your side.
No, listen.
And get him on. And I think, gentlemen and gentlemen, you're going to have to turn back to another episode where we bring him on to interview him, because I can't really speak to it.
Yes.
We have one side of the story.
Well, here's one thing I can tell you that...
Tune into the next episode.
Now, here's one thing I tell you. From a failed 10.5-year open mic comedian, which you would make fun of, which I'm not afraid to admit that, I've called comedians out to their face, not for stealing my joke, for taking another comedian's joke. And what I do is I do it in a direct way. So here's a quick story, and we'll get to the sketch idea. Are you okay with talking about it? So you want to get to the sketch thing?
This is your channel.
No, but if you're getting annoyed, I don't want to hear your fucking bitching like, oh, you won't let me talk. And if you want to get to the sketch thing, we can get into that, and I'll talk about this. It's up to you.
This is your therapy session.
If you're a guest, and I want you to be a guest, but I don't want you to bitch and moan at the same time. So do you want to talk about it?
Just tell your story.
Okay,
please.
Real quick, last thing. So when I first started, there was this old guy coming around, right? And this is the first time I saw a comedian steal a joke. He stole a joke from Nick DiPaolo. You know, Nick DiPaolo, he's a far-right guy. You may listen to him and go, one of his far-right assholes. But pretty much, he had a joke about his wife getting an alarm system. He goes, who's that for? You are the rapist, or something. It's a really brilliant joke. I can't do it. And this comedian did the same joke word for word. So one night we're talking to him. I said, hey, you know that Nick DiPaolo joke? You know that joke you do about the alarm? He goes, oh, yeah, that's one of my best jokes. I go, I don't know if you noticed or not. I said it in a nice way. I didn't call him out. I said, Nick DiPaolo does that joke. And he went, no, man. He goes, I heard some of his stuff on Raw Dog before. For those who know, Raw Dog is a show on Sirius where they play comedians' bits, their stand-up bits. He goes, I might have heard him on Raw Dog. He goes, no, honestly. I said, okay, I'm not accusing him, just letting you know, just in case you do it. So after that, he never talked to me again. He told all of his friends about it. They hated me. And I wasn't even calling him out, like, you piece of shit. So I was trying to let him know in a nice way.
I think he was just ashamed that you didn't call him out. You're like, this fucking pussy. I stole this goddamn joke. And this guy goes,
here's the point.
Hey, sir. I don't know if you noticed, but there's a similar joke. This fucking loser.
Too close to the microphone, it will overmodulate. Just give you a heads up. Okay. So you
want to do this.
So you're talking about audio.
I'll do this.
Okay, so we're going to have a lot of audio, which is good. So now you're doing it on purpose. Good to know. So my whole point is, if you call a comedian out, if I had this guy as a guest on the show, my whole point is, no comedian would ever admit, people who steal or sample jokes, if you want to use parallel thinking, which is not the same thing, are never going to admit in a million. Amy Schumer herself wouldn't admit. If she was honest, she would say, look.
So did Kurt Metzger say that we didn't steal it.
Yeah. She would never admit in a million. It's like, okay, look, here's the truth. I was busy at the time. Amy Schumer would say this. I was busy at the time. I was working on a movie, a special, right? A book, a blah, blah, blah. I stole some jokes. I'm sorry. I apologize to Wendy Webman. I apologize to, what's the guy's name? The real smart guy. I don't know his name. I can't think of him. He's a white guy. Whatever. She wouldn't say that. So my whole point is, if you had this guy as a guest joke, you just would say, you know what? That's a joke. He's going to say, I didn't steal the joke. Why would I steal from you? You're fuck, So no comedian's going to admit they stole a joke. That's my whole point. So if you had this guy as a guest joke, you think he's going to admit that? He wouldn't even say hi to me, the guy. But yet, when I'm in the audience, I even look at him. He goes, hey, I know you. You would like this joke. Does that make any sense? So my whole point is, Hedonist John asked me to be a part of this, the writing thing. And I was flattered because even though he's desperate to need people, I was like, no one ever asked me to write stuff, so that's nice. But then he told me they rejected a pedophile idea because it was too offensive. I said, why wouldn't you try to make anything can be funny? That's just my philosophy. Anything can be funny. And pedophile is a real thing. So if you're doing a show like Mad TV or even SNL, listen. You know what I mean? Like, you make fun of anything. You make fun of, but if they're off subject to that, fine. But I was like, I can't write for something. They're going to be like, most of my ideas are edgy. So if they're going to turn them down, why would I, that's my whole point. Why would I join the team if they're going to reject everything? It's just a waste of my time. I'm starting to sweat right now. I got to piss again. God damn it.
Okay. Windows down. Windows down.
Okay, where do I piss now? I had to go back in Target, right?
Are you seriously?
I got to piss real bad. I got a bad.
This is your podcast.
Yeah, but I can come back. We can stop and come back. But it's not live. All right, we're back. It's dark. This is take 2. So Hedonist John for using up his car battery, which will die one day. But what do you want? Do you have anything else to say about the stupid story I told? Or do you want me to just get straight to the sketch idea?
No, we can get to the sketch because you kind of like went.
I did, and I apologize for that.
Which is fine. I
am drunk, and I do talk. I talk a lot in general when I'm drunk. I don't realize I'm talking over people. But yeah, go ahead.
See, Josh asked for my opinion, but then when I go to say it, he cuts me off.
Yeah.
Thank you, imaginary friend.
It's true. I'm a bad host, bad friend, and bad everything else.
We can talk about the sketch.
Okay, so let me set this up real quick, and then John can take over. A couple weeks ago, we were drunk at I was drunk at Cabaret, and I said, "Hey, I got this idea for a sketch." And John said, "All right, listen." I was just fucking around. I just made this up. I said, "Here's the idea. The idea for the sketch is there's a woman being. I don't even remember it now. Do you remember it?
I do.
Go ahead, say it.
No, you do it because you pitched an idea and I tweaked it, and then you're like, that. Let's do that. But your original pitch was not what my pitch was. But
my original pitch was there's one night Hedonist John's giving me a ride to an open mic, and they're doing a sketch. Now I hate to give out their idea, but it's pretty much a bachelorette thing where there's one woman and she's choosing suitors. And once again, Hedonist John's using like his regular voice is like, "Hey, my name's John," and I said, what if we take that idea and the woman is being gang raped, and the guys are like fighting over her, And he's like, "No, I don't agree with your rape method, sir. I think that." And then John said, "Oh, I'm gonna write it." And I said, "Are we gonna shoot it?" He said, "No, I'm gonna write it." And I said, "Well, I think that's stupid." Led to a little argument, and John said he read a book years ago, and then it kind of led to a little thing. So go ahead, you take over now.
What book did I read?
You said you read a book where pretty much the gist of it was something like, if someone has an idea, it doesn't mean that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, number one, that was your pitch, and then I tweaked it,
right,
and then made it into a 12 Angry Men pitch. Okay. Parodies. The basic idea is, it's a girl and 12 guys are like, okay, she's fine, but the original 12 Angry, and I've never seen 12 Angry Men, but they parodied it enough in fucking television and film and stuff. The idea is that it's everybody says that this person is guilty of a crime, and one person says no. And then the entire thing is them getting pissed off because they want to go home and just say this guy is guilty. But this one guy is like, no, he's not guilty. And then he convinces the jurors that the person is not guilty, and they let the guy go who's actually not guilty. So this satirizes it. So the idea is it's 11 guys that are like, okay, yeah, she's good, let's send her home. But one guy that goes, no, let's rape her. So he convinces all the rest of them through the same logic of evidence and everything that she should be raped. That was the pitch.
Yes.
My version of your pitch.
Yes.
But to your other point, an idea is literally meaninless because you can't patent an idea.
Yes.
You can't trademark an idea.
But I feel like that's from a legal.
Can I speak?
More from a legal
Can
standpoint.
I speak? Yes, from a legal standpoint, you can't. And I watch a lot of legal.
I'm talking more about ethically, morally and ethically than legal. But go ahead.
I'm trying to go ahead, but I'm waiting for you to cut me off.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you can't. An idea doesn't mean anything. You can only trademark and patent the representation of the idea. So you can have a mouse and it's fine, but you can't make Mickey Mouse because that's a specific thing.
Now, can I talk or are you done?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, that's the
so
argument.
from a legal standpoint, you're correct.
On.
I'm not talking about from a legal standpoint. I'm talking about from a moral. Now, here's the thing: in stand-up, there are no morals. Once again, you want to steal someone's bit, You just take it. Same thing and everything else. It's the internet. People just take whatever they want. I get that. I'm not talking about from a legal standpoint. What I was trying to say that...
But we live in a legal society.
Yes, but I'm talking about, like, I think it's just wrong. I'm saying ethically.
That's not a thing.
This is just my opinion.
Okay.
I'm giving. I said I think it's wrong just to take someone's idea because you said, and this is another argument we got into was because, and once again, I don't want to sound pompous at all. I put myself down all the time. I say I'm a shitty comedian.
Yeah, we're talking about two different points.
We're talking about 2 different points, but I'm bringing it back to one thing. If I can explain this, and this might come off whatever, but I'm not going to be cocky at all because I put myself all the time. I'm a shit comedian. I don't get booked on shows anymore. Yes, we get that. We all admit that more than anybody. But once again, at the same time, I've written a shit ton of jokes. And once again, once in a while, comedian has stolen. So I know I'm a good writer. Am I a great writer? No. But I'm a decent writer. And because I've had my stuff stolen before, I'm talking about from an ethics standpoint and a moral standpoint. It doesn't mean dick. You're talking about legal. I'm saying that it's wrong, just especially if someone's not cool with it, to be like, because most people don't come up with the shit. They get an idea from something. Yes, ideas come from anywhere. Ideas come from sometimes originality, and sometimes ideas come from, whatever, getting that parallel thinking, whatever it's called. Yes, that happens. But I was just saying that, I was like, we're going to shoot this thing? You said no. And I said, okay. And then you're like, I'm going to write it anyways. I said, okay, if you want to write it, go ahead. And then you were like, you brought up some book. You said, that's like the idea of, what was the Star Wars analogy? Do you remember that?
No.
Okay, you said, this is what you said. Now, you tell me if I'm wrong. You quoted this. You said, that's like someone making a movie about galaxies and stuff, and then someone going, no, but that's not Star Wars, or something like that. I'm like, yeah, but that's totally different. We're talking about a joke or a sketch. I'm not talking about, you know what I mean? Like, because that's a movie with a screenplay and original characters and fight scenes and special effects and all that other shit, I was just talking
Except
about...
the part where all the things you're talking about are legal points, and if you do a stand-up special and you do that joke, you can sue somebody because you can prove that you did the joke first.
Yeah, but comedians only sue each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Let me get to your earlier point.
Now, am I letting you talk now?
You explained it completely incorrectly.
Go ahead.
We discussed this, and I said, hey, do you want to write this? And you said no.
Yes, that's correct.
So I said, I will write this. And you went, okay.
No, I wasn't cool at all. I said, why are you going to write it if we're not going to shoot it? And you said, I'm going to write it. And I said, well, it's my idea. And then you said, it's not your idea. And I said, I just pitched it.
No.
That was the argument.
No.
Yes, it was. I said, I just came up with it. You're like, that's not your idea. I said, how the fuck is that my idea?
I didn't say it was your idea. I said, I'm going to do it. And I said, do you want to do it together? And you said, no. I said, then I'm going to do it.
Yes, that's true. That part's true.
You have the option to do it with me. You're choosing not to.
My whole point is...
I'm doing it either way.
I'm the type of person
I'm doing it either way.
Yes, great, good for you. We're different people, and that's fine.
Right, I'm doing it and you're not.
Good.
Right.
But my whole point is, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to fucking waste my time with something if we're not going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. Now,
we're wasting our time discussing it now, though.
No, it's not, because this is podcast content.
Okay.
We're talking about something on a podcast. What do you want to talk about? You want to sit there twiddle over fucking thumbs?
I had some topics, but go ahead.
Okay, let's go. Let's move to a different topic. No, that's it. That's what I want to say.
There's a Tinder chat. We're stupid.
No. We have different theories on things.
Do you want to do the sketch?
No.
Then it's essentially
I'm
a piece of paper.
No.
Essentially, it's something you wrote and threw out, and I trash picked it.
Okay, that's fine.
Because you don't want to do it.
Oh, that's fine. But I'm saying I'm the type of person, you're like putting me down. It's like, why don't you want to do it? And
so
I'm like,
do it, and I won't do it.
You're trying to force me to do something I don't want to do.
No, you're forcing me to not do it.
I don't force anybody to do anything. I don't even
contact you.
Then
why are we discussing this? Why are you saying?
Because I bring it up for the podcast content. I was doing a fucking podcast in a Target parking lot like a bunch of fucking incels.
Well, then the options are, I don't do it, and then you're good because then I'm not stealing your joke.
Well, it's not a joke. It's a sketch.
You keep saying joke.
I don't know. I didn't say it was a joke. I said sketch pitch.
You said...
No, I said joke earlier.
Jokes.
That was earlier topic.
Okay.
So what else?
Well, they bounce around so much, it's hard to
What
follow.
other topics do we have for tonight's podcast?
To your point right now...
See, you want to keep talking about this. Go ahead.
I'm fine to talk about it.
Okay, go ahead.
Because you're putting me in a situation where I don't have a lot of options. Either A, I don't do the sketch.
So I'm raping Hedonist John right now. Back to the rape sketch.
I don't do the sketch. So you're upset that I'm doing the sketch. So you can do the sketch, and I don't do...
Oh! We're back, everybody.
So you can do the sketch.
Yeah, I got it.
And I cannot do the sketch. We can both do the sketch, or I can do the sketch. Those are the options. There's no, last option is nobody does.
Okay,
the sketch.
so do you mind if we change the subject now?
Go ahead. You brought the topic up.
Okay. Do you mind if we change the subject?
I do not.
Okay. What else do you feel comfortable talking about tonight? What else do you have? Do you have anything else?
I was gonna talk shit on Tinder, people.
Let's do it. So what is your take on Tinder? You recently rejoined Tinder.
Today, actually.
So today. So you were off Tinder for a while. Now, do you mind while you're setting this up while I...
You can't really... Whatever.
Yeah.
I was just going to show you new matches and shit.
Okay. Now, do you mind if I give my take on Tinder while you're doing that, or do you want to just get right
Go
into
ahead,
it?
be my guest.
From a guy who's not attractive, who is quote-unquote an incel virgin, whatever you're going to call me, I ran out of so many matches. I was telling a coworker about this a year ago when I had a job, and he laughed at me and said, that's impossible. I said, I ran out of so many matches that Tinder told me, we don't have any more women for you. And he said, that's impossible. I said,
you have to pay extra.
No, I swiped on so many women that they said, we don't have any more women to reject you. And I'm not doing a bit. And he said, that's impossible. And he laughed at me. I said, I'm not joking. So go ahead.
I only found that out today that if you pay extra...
That's Tinder Plus, I believe, right?
Yeah. You can see who liked you and things like that. And you can see more people. It'll show you more people.
Yeah.
And you won't run out of hearts.
Right.
But I didn't really know where I was going with this. I just
I thought, well, I don't know if you want to talk about, there's something about Virginia. Do you want to talk about that or no? It's up to you.
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
You were telling me earlier that you were going to drive to Virginia. I'm not sure, to meet a girl to go camping with.
Yeah, and she hasn't responded back, so I can talk shit. Because if she said yeah, let's come hang out, I'd be like, oh no, I don't want to talk about this. But she hasn't, so I'll talk about it.
Sure. And she might see the podcast, because remember, this is world famous, everybody.
Right, because we're live.
Yeah.
But she was a girl that I knew from back in the day. We kind of had literally a one-day fling, but it's a weird thing that we're still soulmates in a weird way that doesn't make sense. We don't see each other, we don't hang out, but when we do talk every 6 months, it goes well. And then we just say what's going on, yada yada yada. So, and I wanted to go hang out with her. Last week I talked to her and she's like, oh, I'm gonna go camping. I was like, okay, I'll go. She's like, you want to go? I said, yeah, I'll go camping. And this week she's like, well, I can't, yada yada yada. So I'm like, I still want to hang out. So this is the part where you tell me that I'm being tricked by her. Or
I was confused. I thought this was a girl so you knew her already.
I've known her since 2012.
Okay, so there's no new girls on Tinder you're currently talking with?
No, this
right
is
now?
not a Tinder person.
I know. I'm saying, is there any new girls you're talking with right now?
No. I literally just got back on today, and I've not messaged anybody.
How many matches? Good amount?
5, maybe 6.
5 or 6. That's pretty good. Compared to a guy like me, usually. I would get matches, but half of them were spam, and then the other half. Here's the depressing thing about Tinder when you're a guy like me. Tinder would lie to me when I turn my. You're turning your phone in the morning.
Hold on 1 second. So I'll let you. We can go through it. So you want to count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You asked the question. 8, 9, 10.
I did ask you a question.
13, 14, 15.
Usually
16,
it's to set up
17,
my own stuff,
18,
but
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Nah, this is this week.
1 today. 32, 30, 33.
33 matches today.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, here's my take on Tinder.
Sorry, 37. I don't know why.
Okay. I ran, once again, I told you somebody I ran out of stuff. Tinder would lie to me. You turn your phone in the morning and you have all these stuff. You have the weather, you have emails and stuff. It would say, you have matches waiting for you. So I would wait till I get down to the city when I had my city job. Down in the city. Not a city job, working for the city. But, when I had a job in Center City or Old City. Right. And then I would go down there.
Listen, I'm going to try and see if I can let them see the camera while we're talking. Good.
It's a blonde chick with big tits. Big old fat tits. I don't think that's going to work. If you try to zoom in. Just leave it the way it is. They can see it. They can see that. They can see all of her information. So if she gets raped, then it will be my fault. They're like, well, he does rape jokes. Anyways, by the way, she's fat because a lot of girls hide their angles, which I have no problem. Okay, John, no more women on the. This is a very. I like to keep this homosexual on this show, as you know.
Good, I'm listening.
I just wait for you to stop and then I'll talk.
I'm gonna keep.
Yeah, I'll sit here. I don't care. I'll edit this all out right now. It's my show, and I edit it whatever way I want to. Okay, so Tinder would say to me, you have matches waiting for you. So I got down to Center City, Old City, because that's where there's no girls hardly around here, as you know. Unless we're talking about busted out, worn out neighborhood pussy, which nobody wants. And then I would swipe on the first 50 girls, and it would say nothing. I'm like, wait, where was the girls doing? Where was the matches?
So 2 questions for you. What was the distance from you that you have it set up for? And what was
the distance was 15 miles. The 15 miles, and at the time, I put it to 21 to 30. Because I felt weird dating a girl, not underage, but, you can't take to a bar. I say you have to go to a bar. I don't know why. I thought I was just too young, even though I was in my 20s. And I didn't want to go past 30.
Why?
Because at the time...
That's the interesting thing. Why don't you go past 30?
I had no problem with older women.
How old were you at the time?
At the time, I was 30. I was 30 at the time. So I didn't want to go past my age. I don't know why. Just didn't. Because I feel like most women like guys that are their age or older. And I said, why waste my time? That was just my theory.
Yeah, but then there's a tipping point where they prefer guys that are younger.
Yes, and I when I told my little Craigslist stories to 2 girls that I didn't hook up, of course. I couldn't get my penis hard. The first 2 girls that I messed around with, one, I was 23, she was 29, and then the second one was 38. So when I was 23, I fooled around with a 38-year-old woman who just got divorced.
And just for clarification, these are both Craigslist hookers?
Not hookers. I didn't pay anything for them. They didn't charge me. If they were, they didn't charge me anything. So, hey, if it's a freebie, that's not my fault. Okay?
I mean, I don't want to ask you this question. Did you actually have sex with them?
No, I said I couldn't get my penis hooked.
That's kind of... Then I think that might be why they didn't charge you.
Well, good for me then. I don't want to pay anyway. So
that'd be like you go to Wawa and then they don't actually give you the sandwich.
You don't
pay if you don't get the
First
sandwich.
of all, everybody knows anything about hookers. They make you pay up front. All hookers make you pay up front. There's no way they're going to say, okay, we'll see if you can get hard first. If you can't get hard, you're like, I got another guy waiting for me. Bye. And they're happy.
Maybe you had hookers that had bad business etiquette.
No, maybe you have bad hooker etiquette.
I do. We wanted to go to the Holds tonight.
I didn't want to go. You said there was a glory hole meeting tonight. That's what you said.
I said there was a thing at the glory hole, not a meeting. But yeah.
Okay. Are you going tonight?
No.
Are these late night? Was there a curfew? Like, did they close at 12? You ever get there late? Like
4?
4 in the morning?
4, I think.
It's mostly a guy, as we established before, sucking people off.
It is, actually. Yeah.
So you went
to Phoenixville when I talked about glory hole etiquette.
Yeah, so you went on after me. I think you did it because I was in the audience, right?
No, I did because I didn't have anything else.
No, but when we were in the car, you probably don't remember. You said I brought that up because I knew you were going on after me. But
that was probably just shit talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then if you're the type of guy to talk shit, then
I do. Yeah.
That's not my fault. Now,
and you can see it on Marines Elite Airsoft podcast, The Pew the Proud.
Okay. More people not listen, by the way, by bringing it up on this fucking network.
It's fine.
I
mean, you can't have negative people, but yeah.
I kind of do. I think YouTube somebody said, you have negative people watching you. Kill yourself, you fucking faggot.
I'm sure that's not true.
Probably.
You had less viewers.
I had no viewers before MGTOW, and then I plugged my MGTOW channel. I plugged my regular channel, my MGTOW channel, and it was.
That's how you met your wife.
Well, according to you, I'm gay, so there is no wife. But what I want to say is, it was a gift and a curse.
I do think you're gay.
It was a gift in the sense that I finally had people listen to my show, listen to my stuff. But it was also a curse because then guys who weren't interested in the content, because it always, once again, they only wanted to hear black pill stuff like, I hate women and women are cunts. They wanted to hear that.
Why is that black pill?
Black pill, well, that's not just...
Doesn't the red pill, blue pill come from the Matrix?
Yes.
/ Alice in Wonderland?
Black pill is mostly looks theory. Black pill is something new that's been around for years. Like, it's all about,
Is it newer or it's been around for years?
Well,
you said both.
It's newer. I use the word. Let's say newer. It's not new.
All right.
And red pill is what they call red pill rage, is what I talk about when I say, oh, women are cunts, and women only care about, other stuff. So anyways, it's kind of a combination of both, I guess. But anyways, they want to hear more stuff like that, and I was doing prank calls, and they're like, why are you doing prank calls? This is in MGTOW, and I said, well...
So you're a maroon pillar, black and red.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's my one pun, but go ahead.
Well, listen, that's the fact you know all the colors, that's pretty impressive. I don't know any color combinations. I can't think of in my head.
It's just a dark red.
I know, but I'm saying that, it's like, oh, blue and green makes this. I don't know any of that. Do you know any of the top of your head?
I'm bad with them, actually.
Yeah.
I know some of them. I'm actually really bad with them.
When I used to paint Easter eggs, I just remember anything mixed with black is bad, because black,
I think that's just because your dad was a racist.
I know, that's what I was going to say. I was going for a racist.
Even though you're mixed, famously mixed.
Yes. I am famously mixed.
One
of the reasons why I don't get invited to shows and invited to hang out is because, just like we did a show called Drunken and Gaming, and...
Because we're xenophobes. We're afraid of aliens.
I got invited to a show called Drunken Gaming, and then he thought about it after and said, wait a minute, this guy's not really one of us. Even though Darren's Puerto Rican, but not a real Puerto Rican. And they were like, we got to cut this guy out. We'll just say that he was too dirty, and we'll say
Darren's
that...
not mixed, though.
He's Puerto Rican. But I'm saying...
It's white women.
Yeah, he's...
You're mixed in, like, I guess, white men because of Will Fit.
Don't bring up Willie Fritz. Willie Fritz is a good guy. He never did anything. Willie Fritz was the type of guy that if he was at cabaret...
I don't know if there's going to be in... Or
Willie Fritz is the type of guy that if he was at cabaret tonight, he would have probably let you his podcast go for free and you're shitting on him.
I bought my own.
But I'm saying that he would have, though. He's such a...
Well, if it's in butts or candies and nuts, we all have a Merry Christmas, right? We live in a theoretical world.
I don't know, but do we have anything else for tonight? We talked about the sketch idea. We talked about the Tinder idea. We talked about my bullshit rambling. And do we have anything else, John? Can you think of anything else before we wrap this up?
I had something
you plugged your podcast.
that we were talking about earlier. Oh, you were talking about the Pew the Proud on Marines Elite Airsoft YouTube channel?
Yeah. Third plug. How desperate can you be, folks? How desperate can you be?
Very. We only have one episode up. We need views.
Well,
we did have another topic. I can't remember it. So next time...
Something about your balls?
Oh, we've talked about that a number of times.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a new thing.
Right.
And I've talked about it on your rival or whatever's channel.
Right. Well, listen, I think we should end it here, guys. I don't think we have anything else. We ran out of steam. Once again, we try to keep this episode 15 minutes. I think we did like 35 or 40, and that's fine. But once again, Hedonist John contacted me 5 times last week just to talk and or hang out. And I got to the point where I was like, I feel bad for him because even though this is a very low stuff, I said this to my...
See, but if I do it to you, I don't feel bad. If I do it to a girl, then I feel like a fucking creep.
Well, yeah, because you know it is with girls, because there's a such thing called being needy. You know what I mean? Like, they call it in the PUA thing, pickup artist, needy. So when you're needy, that means you have nothing going on there.
Thanks for explaining that abbreviation.
Well, there are some people who might not know.
Most people.
Well, there's a few people
who know. You did. It sounds sarcastic being serious.
Well, listen. But all I know is I said, this is to put down to myself, but I said, I feel bad for anybody who wants to hang out with me.
I need to neg her more? That came out wrong.
Well, we got 21
her more.
21-minute mark.
That was actually
you gotta edit that out because I hate speech strike. But I was gonna say
that legitimately was not a joke.
Anybody who wants to hang out with me has nothing going on. It's the truth. And
well,
yeah. So you have nothing going on. You're not afraid to admit that.
But we're gonna point out the obvious.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I feel bad.
We're in a Target parking lot. Let's just tell.
We're at Target parking lot on a Friday night, guys, doing a podcast. And once again, I could have went down to the city, but I'm probably going to do that tomorrow.
For all those super fans of Josh, we're in the Target parking lot. See if you can find what parking lot we're in.
There are many Target parking lots. But guys, we're going to wrap.
Use context clues. Look at the lights. And look at the toy store next door. And the Target.
All right, now you're giving way too much away. But guys, that's it for the show. Thank you for listening to any of this. We'll see you guys. Check out Hedonist John's podcast.
The Taco Bell behind us.
He talked about before. If you want to. If you don't, then you're probably cooler than us. And that's it, guys. Whoa,
Pew the Proud.
See you.